Alright guys, so last time we just finished off Tukohama, but now we finally got a purchase, and I basically just got to the point where we're able to go ahead and purchase this item over here from this guy. It's going to have 5 links, so now we can go ahead and upgrade our main attack, as well as kind of upgrade our siege, on our siege ballista. We're running the artillery ballista over here. So let's go ahead and do that. So what I did, I specifically picked up this because it was a white item here, and I'll get into why with this Orb of Alchemy over here. So what it's going to do is upgrade the normal item to a rare item, and this one over here is a white item, meaning it doesn't have any like special abilities on it. I guess, do I have any blue items? Basically, just look at the text over here. See, this one is already in yellow. You're just looking for it in white. And we're going to go ahead and alch it. And it's going to randomly add a bunch of stuff to it. I don't know what it's going to add. And unfortunately, because one of the stats rolled, it's going to increase the level requirement to 49. So I wanted to use this now. Obviously, this changes things, but it did roll and give us additional armor, additional evasion rating. So it was definitely still worth it. And we're still definitely going to use the item. And it's only a 1 level difference. So it's really not that bad. Unfortunately, yeah, it kind of sucks that we're going to have to wait. But once again, welcome back. I just wanted to go ahead and fast forward it to the point where we actually got the item. Because remember, last time we were spending a lot of time trying to get the item, where we just got unlucky. And we just didn't happen to get someone to respond. And that happens sometimes. And again, if you don't happen to have the Chaos Orbs, just look to convert like other currency to Chaos Orbs. Ones that are really easy to convert, Orb of Alchemy. And how many equals 1 Chaos Orb, I would just recommend going to POE.trade and just checking that out. Because while you might not be able to get like this exact same armor, this one, you can get it for like 1 Chaos. I just specifically wanted one that had a white item, so I can go ahead and reroll for you guys to show. But basically, you go to the currency market, and I already showed you guys how to trade, but as far as going to the currency, what you want to do is you want the Chaos Orb. The reason why it's a very easy currency to convert for the most part in the earlier stages of the game. And that and Orb of Alchemy are what people are looking for, and like I said, you might come across Vol Orb, you might come across a bunch of Orb of Alchemies, Chromatics, Alterations, Transmutations, all these like other things. If you have 20 armor scrap, usually is like the ratio, but they're relatively easy to come by also. You might just have them, but they're kind of like a gold standard currency. But since we're only going to require 1 more level for this, we're going to go ahead and just gain a level real quick, and we're right there anyway, so we'll get there very soon. So now we're going to go ahead and continue in on our quest over here. I don't believe this one gives us a passive. One thing to always check is to see which ones give passive rewards. And I linked it in every single one of my videos, but just for reference, we are now in Act 6 over here. So I'm just going to, this thing will always be linked down below. But we're looking at, for Act 6, we're looking for the Father of War, the Puppet Mistress, and the Cloven One. All these will grant us bonus skills. So you really want to try to do this quests that do that, but there are quests that you can go ahead and just kind of do that will still give you good rewards. But for the most part, I wouldn't worry about it too much. Especially if you don't get the quests early on, it's not like they disappear. That would be terrible. It's like you can only do it once. And now we are returning to the Mudflats. But, oh, this is right where we were right before we ended last time, pretty much. This is where Tukohama was. I'm actually not sure if you can like kill him over and over again. Actually, it might be downwards. Sometimes with RNG, you never know. Since we didn't get the waypoint, but I'm gonna show you guys that, like, you know, if you didn't get the waypoint. I feel like now it's changed over. Oh, okay, now I can go ahead and just equip this. Alright, so now our artillery ballistas can be much stronger, but I would much rather increase my basic attack versus the artillery ballista. So what I'm going to do is swap out all of these gems and put these in here. And then now I'm going to go ahead and, where's that? Do I have melee? Damage on full life. So before we were doing, let's see how much damage we were doing with our tornado shot here. We were dealing 4,233, but if I added this damage on full life, we're going to go ahead and increase that to 5,800, which would be quite nice. And now we're going to go ahead and put these faster attack support and the vicious projectiles and the artillery ballista right into the Death's Harp. Now we still happen to have one red gem slot, so I'm going to go ahead and actually upgrade that as well. Next time we go back into town, I probably should have picked up a gem before that, but we also got another skill point here, so let's go ahead and slam that in real quick. And so we just got a path. Oh, my cam, I know it's kind of blocking it, but we just got to go ahead and path upwards. It's really not that big of a deal. And I think we can actually put in that jewel that I picked up a long time ago. And I'll show you guys how that works. So I'm not using Ice Shot right now. I will put it on Barrage eventually. That's what I want to do. Oh, we got really low on HP. Almost ripped, dude. It's a close one. So yeah, we just killed Tukohama, and this is where we would be like walking outside of it. It's just because there wasn't like a waypoint that we accessed. And here is the waypoint. I should have got the waypoint last time before we ended that part. Oh wait, you know what? Since we just got the waypoint, we need to go and make use of that additional gem slot that we have, which will improve our ballista here. And we'll see also what we can purchase from, let's see, Bestel. I don't know if he sells gems. Okay. So some people won't sell the items until you get to a certain point, or they'll not have a certain gem until you get to a certain point. So we're going to go ahead, once again, go back to the library. This is pretty much where most of the guys are. Or most of the gems are that you want. So what we're going to do is, the first page is the skill gems, the second page are the support gems, and it goes from red to green to blue. So now we're going to type in, actually I don't need to type anything because I was going to type in support, but you can also type in support to find out if it's a support gem. But we're just looking for something that has a check mark on artillery ballista. Bleeding is just not really going to be stacking too well. So we're just looking for something like added fire damage could be okay. We have knockback, I guess that works with artillery. We have stun support, life gain on hit, and that will give us, well actually I don't, someone let me know. Does it actually give us the HP or the ballista HP? Extra physical damage, melee physical damage, cold of fire support, elemental damage, and bloodlust, iron grip. And what do we have on it currently right now? We have, okay, faster attacks. I'm probably just gonna get like extra fire damage. Actually, we can check how much damage it's doing and what type of damage it's doing by going into this over here and checking it out. So it does fire, cold, and lightning, and it looks like it's doing mostly fire damage. So maybe if I have like a, this is like elemental damage with support, so it does 35% more. So if I put this in here, you'll see it goes from 800 to 1100. So nice little upgrade over there. And we also have another upgrade that I did want to show you guys, since we're not using Ice Shot currently, but we will plan to use it later down the line with some type of barrage, I think is what I want to do. But in one of these tabs, we have an eye jewel over here. So this is an eye jewel. I acquired this, I think I might have done this off recording, but this is a really good jewel over here. So what it does is it just gives us extra cold damage, but the reason why I wanted it is it's a chance to gain Onslaught for 4 seconds on kill. Onslaught will give us extra action speed. Well, actually, it's I think it's like, you know what, I'm just going to do this real quick. Onslaught, PoE, it's I know it's attack speed and I think movement speed. It's attack speed, cast speed, and movement speed. Alright. And then so we're going to take out the jewel over here because it doesn't really do anything at the moment because we're not using Ice Shot. But it is something we'll keep because later on we can still use it. So we'll go ahead and do that. And we're going to go ahead and go right back to Act 6 over here. Hello Dragoon. Salmon Gray Circle. That's most pretty broken. Is it? I haven't tested out myself. Oh, we need to also summon our golem. I think your buffs will still persist through logging in and out, but the golem I think needs to be resummoned every single time. And so this buff is Onslaught over in the top. And we'll also be getting Blood Rage probably relatively soon. What Blood Rage does is increases your attack speed, but it drains your life. So I might actually have to swap out the damage on full life, because how it works is we will be taking damage by ourselves. But it's on purpose so we can go ahead and activate it. And it also gives us extra lifesteal. It's actually quite nice. We need to use more of those ballistas there. I mean, we just upgraded them. You know, might as well use them. What dropped? Oh, it's another 4-link. That's what that sound is. And lower prison. Oh, so it'll say solve the trial of Ascendancy in this area, which means there's another one of those, like, test your might, if you will. Which I really love the mechanic of trying to dodge the traps. And you can see it on the mini-map over in the top right. But it's far away. Look at all these gems needing to be leveled up. Feels good seeing all of that. And later we'll be able to upgrade and get even better cooldown on our dash. I really want to know if we can dash forever. Sometimes you can RNG and get to it, but that's a little bit risky, to be honest. Now we're gonna path all the way back. This one has a spot over here, so it's gonna go activate right there. We'll let it pop one more time, and then we'll just go this way here, and we're good. Oh, there's more. But I could just blink over up the top and then easy game mechanics. So this one is the very first one in our second Ascendancy. And I should probably open up that Ascendancy, Trial of Ascendancy, just so I have it for reference. So the first one is going to be in... And I'll link this down below in the description box as well. So next one is going to be the Crypt in Act 7, so we don't even need to worry about doing this until Act 7. We're getting up. Once this thing's filled up though, I might actually go ahead and do the mines, because I do want to show you guys that mine mechanic a little bit more, because it is definitely worth it. Especially for the bow builds, because there's a lot of times where it becomes like a defend this area for like X amount of time. That's another 4-link. Yeah, I want to get that move speed, and when we upgrade the quality, we can reduce the cooldown by 10%, which would be quite nice. We're gonna have the cooldown reduced by 40%, and then with the quality we can get another 10%. And then as we level it up also, it changes the cooldown on it. So like I said, I want to know if we can get it up so high that I can literally just be dashing the whole time. It'd be really fun.
Sounds good. Does it work?
Alright. Oh yeah, I totally forgot about the lead mechanic. I was honestly kind of ignoring it for a while. We're 47. Oh, we're 50. So we're kind of ahead of the area. Usually I like to be at the same number or the area's higher. That way you're just usually getting better XP values. Going to be coming up to a boss fight here pretty soon. I'm surprised how many 4-links the are still dropping here. Alright, going to the rooftop over here. And we see Charbon. So if you guys remember, Brutus was from Act 1, he was the first boss. But now he's been reassembled. Ooh. And gotta watch out for the lightning. Oh, there's so much going on at once. Ooh. And we just do so much damage though. Nice.
And so it begins.
Okay, and now this opens over here, and we're gonna go to the Warden's Chambers. I'm gonna grab the crafting recipe. And now we're at the Prisoner's Gate, which a lot of these tile sets are kind of like recycled, but they're modified in a way where it doesn't look exactly the same. This one, however, looks pretty similar, but it doesn't bother me that much. I mean, ideally you'd have all new content across all of the acts, but this way it lets them kind of develop the areas a lot faster. It's a mechanic that a lot of ARPGs use. They like recycle certain things. But most of the time people don't even really notice because of the randomness the map generates. Alright, so supposed to talk to the guy for rewards, so might as well go ahead and go back real quick. Is Fallen from Grace? Oh, I'll check later. Like I said, we'll end up completing all the skill quests, but if we miss out on some of them later down the line, we can actually do it. So when you get rewards for most of these, in this instance, this could be actually a pretty decent upgrade, no joke. Because this is really outclassed, but I think I actually need it for my gear. Oh, I don't? Ooh, okay, maybe we'll actually use this. Let's see what it gives us. It gives us extra rarity in items, which is not that useful. This one does give us some armor. It gives us some extra damage, but overall, this helm can easily be replaced with, what I'm going to replace it with is an item called Rat's Nest, but I'm going to double check on the level requirement for that item. It's a fairly cheap item too, but I do want to get it. I just Googled Rat's Nest and it was not the same results, man. Alright, anyways, this is what we're looking for. It requires us to be level 55. There's also another item called Starconjas, but I believe that's level 60. Starconjas. So we'll go ahead and look up that item too, just to double check. These are like two, okay. So at level 55 is where we will get an upgrade on our helmet. And then we'll actually, well, if I link this, I could actually use Ice Shot. Not now, because we could definitely use some better gloves though, that's for sure. This is the guild stash. We'll go ahead and just check out and see what's here, just out of curiosity. But since I actually really like this amulet, the amulet that I use. A lot of times, again, it's just for the proc chance of certain things on crit. And it gives you so much crit. It gives you 100% increased global critical strike chance. It equates to about 10%, if you want to kind of think of it that way. If we go ahead and check out the stat sheet. I know it's a little bit confusing, but a lot of the things with crit multiply off of the weapon's base crit, which in this case is 6.75%. So if you go to chance to crit with, let's say, Tornado Shot over here, we have 31%. Removing this, I know I said it's about 10%. It depends on certain other aspects of the game, but if you want to think of it as almost 10%. Maybe like 8. But again, it's going to give you more than like almost anything in the game. Alright, so we're still on like the Brine King and the passives. That's what I was looking at. I want to double check on which ones are in Act 6. Okay, the Cloven one. Okay. Which is this one. Okay. we'll go ahead and do this one, and this will actually give us, on the Pantheon, we'll get another one of these, like, abilities to select from. It's just one of these paths will actually end up going towards the boss. So yeah, what are we, 50? Okay, so in 5 levels, we're going to get Rat's Nest. That's going to give us extra crit chance. It's going to give us extra movement speed, attack speed, and overall a lot more evasion.
God drag you to damnation if you're going to stand by and let this happen to me.
We just talked too much. We just pieced out. Oh, you get to go straight. Oh, no, okay. I'll explain in a second. So this is the boss's Abra. I was thinking, wait, you could just find him instantly. So, like, you get him low, and then he moves, and then you actually have to leave the area. If you stay in the area, these meteors will just keep on coming down, or I think it's like Firestorm is actually what it is. But I believe this guy does fire damage, so if you want to get some more fire resistance before fighting him, by all means go for it.
My mana is gone.
So now, on our Pantheon over here, we go ahead and swap it over to no cam here, and you see that we can get reduced fire damage taken while moving. I might as well put that on, but you can't actually change it unless you're at like town or like basically a safe area. It doesn't want you to go to a boss and then go, okay, I'm going to select this. But I guess this is now considered a safe area. But I'm going to go ahead and just pop this one because I'm always going to be moving for the most part. I'm not going to sit there because I like to go fast. But yeah, that is indeed how we're going to get another passive too, which is nice. So once again, as always, we're going to do the smart game mechanic of free town portal by exiting the game and going right back in. And we'll also be getting a passive skill point. Oh, another thing I want to mention. Okay, so when you get an item as a reward from a vendor, a lot of times you want to look for green, red, and blue linked, and then you just go ahead and get a chromatic orb off of it. It's better than like nothing. Okay, so next one, 20% cooldown of our movement skills, and we're going to get additional 6% movement speed, extra evasion, and then 24% increased damage with bows, so that will be quite nice.
Welcome.
And so let us continue. So we were doing the Brine King. Right. And what was this one? The Puppet Mistress? Is that one? Okay, we'll also do the Puppet Mistress because that one also grants a skill. Check out where that was. Okay, so the Puppet Mistress will be... Okay. Both the areas that we're going to will lead to quests, so that's nice. So which one are we doing first? So Puppet Mistress is optional. Okay, we'll get the waypoint, and then we'll... Actually, you know what? We'll do this one first, because I didn't get the waypoint for Rivalways, so that will actually significantly slow us down if we don't do the other one first. Because I didn't get the waypoint for Rivalways, so I can't just, like, TP back real quick. So we'll actually do this quest first. Actually, we don't... Now we don't have to do it first. So this is how, like, you kind of path out for some of your areas. Because you don't have to go all the way back and search for the area again. Oh, so this is a new mechanic over here. This is like a little crack in the ground that you kind of follow. Ooh, hitting hard. And as you follow it, you'll see on the top right, there's this little like green dot, and you want to follow it. And at the very end, there'll be like kind of like a boss. You got an item over there, nice.
My mana is gone.
You need some help? Okay, I got you, mate. What you need help with? You died in PoE? And well, okay, here's the thing. Are you playing hardcore? Because I can't help you out in that. Oh shoot, we didn't follow it fast enough. I'm not sure if following it faster gives you more rewards. I always try to do it as fast as possible though. So it's 3 linked of all the colors. And so at the very end you'll get a trove. And sometimes what will happen is you will actually get a portal to go downward. You'll get a jewel. Some of these jewels can be very good. In fact, the one that we have right now is really good. It grants us onslaught. You need help to make a miner? You like a Bitcoin miner? I don't know how to help you out with that, mate. Oh, what do you mean by you need help making something to mine? Are you talking about doing the mine like Nico in this game? That melted pretty fast. Just wanted to see how fast we can melt it. Because at this point, I'm probably just going to go ahead and get the rat's nest, and then we're going to get an upgrade via other ways. I mean, I could pick up the essence, but I've already showed you guys that mechanic, and usually I just feel like sometimes picking up things and trying to get other things to roll is just, it's time consuming. Oh, so this one, how this works is there's these 2 little like nests that you actually have to pop first, and the one's on each side. There's also poison damage over here, I believe. Okay, go to the top. Talking about arc mines. Oh, okay, I gotcha. Ooh, we almost died right there. That was close. It was close. So he throws these pods on the ground, and you want to just not stand in the pods. All right. Finally, we can get it. Ah, oh, yes, extra movement.
Release the slab to the will of its
So you know, I actually do want to type damage in full life. I'm actually going to go ahead and get the Heart of Oak. Now I'm going to get actually some HP here for once. So I'm going to go ahead and actually probably path down over here because I like all of that. I might not grab this one. Let's see. It's all 4 and 10. Oh, this one is 14. We'll definitely at least grab that one, and then we'll try to path out and get some more life, and then we'll end up getting the other bow nodes later.
farewell.
So now we have the ability to make it so we can life flask gain 3 charges every second if you haven't used a life flask recently. So can be good for like really long fights, but for the most part, I don't know about that. Maybe for like a specific build it can be viable, but alright, so now that we've done that one, we're gonna actually go back the character selection screen again, saving us that extra town portal over here.
Hello.
Stay sharp out there.
But hello, Dark Raven.
Farewell.
They added a Blair and Duel Links. Oh, okay, I gotcha. This is a person that like really good like loot.
Still composing that poem.
Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and grab this. So I really like this because it gives us regenerate 1 life per second, but also that 8% increased maximum life. A lot of the life nodes in this game will be 4%, but this one's double, and on top of that we'll get this one, which will give us extra movement speed, which it's kind of nice. And then also there's finesse over here, which will give us extra attack speed. I also want a path over here. Let's see if there, I think there is like a few good life nodes. There's this one over here, which I kind of like because it gives us life, increased evasion rating, and armor all at once, and so that's nice. But we're probably gonna go ahead and path over here next because it gives us an 8, and then we're also gonna be able to regenerate extra. I'm not sure we're gonna go path this far, because what is nice with going up here, there's these 2 jewel sockets, and then there's also I also like Sentinel because it gives you 10% to all res, and then if we want to, we can go ahead and grab all of these life nodes, and I think that's what we'll go ahead and do. Even though I said I wanted to make this build a little bit more squishy, the thing is that I need to get some life. I'm thinking like 4,500 where the game will still be very challenging. But we could also get a lot more dodge, 3% chance to just dodge attacks. But I think we should try to path for at least like 1.5k. But let's go ahead and put a point into that, and then go ahead and get to the next area, which is going to be the Brine King. And I think that that'll be a good closure with the boss fight. So it's just to the right, down to the right. There are a few other quests, like I'm just gonna open up the Strongbox. Oh, I should show you guys modifying Strongboxes. Just got a jeweled orb off that. Yeah, we'll definitely show off how to do that, which basically just comes down to using your currency on it. Do I have an orb of chance? Okay, cool. Make sure. Oh, I can't. Yes, I can. Nice. And the exit is over here. Nice. Double 4 links. Okay. Keep on going down. One more. So anyways, going back to your question, Wendy, you said like that. What do you mean like that? Like you want a build like this one? But I honestly couldn't give you mine tips because I've never ran mines myself. But if you're interested in running mines, I'll link you someone that can probably help you out with that. His name is P.O Box. He plays it like a lot. I mean, honestly, you could play most builds in Path of Exile and get to endgame. How fast and how efficient? Well, that's to be determined. But what problems are you having? Are you having survivability issues, damage issues? Because for survivability, in the very beginning, I think one stat that a lot of people neglect is the resistances in the very beginning. No, I don't even know what our resistance is at. Because as you progress in the game, you will get negative resistances.
The Brine King. His time has almost come. Then hope will be... I will be gone. Please, take the black...
Once again, if you want to like listen to all of the stuff, and doing like your first playthrough, feel free to go listen to it. The game actually has a pretty cool story. But I think for a lot of people, they just want to get that loot. That's all they care about. Like when I played Borderlands, the most recent one, I honestly didn't care about the story. I just wanted the loot.
Sounds good. Does it work?
Oh, there's that silver coin. What level is this area? 49. Okay. So like I said, I want to try to be at like equal, where we're 2 levels higher than the area that we're at now. And it usually just comes down to doing some of the skill quests. Door is locked. Oh, we need to go this way. Okay, so we're going to put the other point into this. Should be quite nice. And the other life node, I'll probably end up pathing over here because I really like to have Art of Gladiator because it ignores all the movement penalties from armor. Certain armors in the game will have like hidden stats. Oh, this is one thing with Path of Exile that I really wish they didn't do, which is hidden stats on items. Probably go this way. And then eventually we'll do another one of those like MetaMorph mechanics. But to close this video here, we will go fight the boss. It's a really cool boss fight. I think it's I'd say within the top, like, 10 bosses in this game. Yeah, this thing's really tanky. It's kind of giving me some trouble. I felt like our damage was, like, through the roof, but apparently not. Beacon. We're gonna go. Oh, we're gonna go to the right. Actually, we still have a little bit more to go. It's not that. It's not that far though. I was just thinking it was a lot closer because it's been a while. Did I watch the Game Awards? I did. I did indeed. I basically skimmed through it to be honest, but I don't really care about the awards. For me, it's mostly seeing the new games. So how this works is you have to stand inside this little yellow circle, and as you progress and have it move, it's gonna summon more enemies. If you go away from it, it'll start going backwards. So basically, don't leave it, but it's not that hard as a range character. As a melee character, sometimes there's ones that will hit you from range and it's kind of annoying, but ooh, that guy did a lot of damage right there. We need to get 2 of these in, so that's 1 already in. Get the other one in now. Curious to see how much damage this thing does. Oh, it basically melts things for me. Shoot, I don't even need to do anything. I was working way too hard, but if I just shoot once, the Mirage Archer can take care of anything else. Still leveling up Ice Shot too. Oh, but I want to do Ice Shot Barrage. Oh shoot! Oh no, we died, dude. That's really unfortunate because now I have to throw on our buffs again. Summon my Golem, although I think my Golem might have died a long time ago. Oh, I should show you guys how to support the Golem because Golem plus like minion life is really good. Any game that piqued my interest, the game by Counterplay Games. I keep on forgetting the name of it. And there's like no info on it. It was basically just like that. It just looked like they had cool armor. It was supposed to be like some third person like looter. Oh, you know what? It's cool. We didn't come back for nothing. We came back and got that crafting recipe. All right. Okay, those fire totems or statues, they hit pretty hard. Godfall, I think that was the name. Honestly, because I love Counterplay Games. I'd honestly say like top 5. Because they made Duelist, which is my favorite card game of all time. And then we have to go ahead and hit the switch, and the beacon will be indeed lit up. Oh, and then I think we're supposed to hit a button up the top. The boat's going to be coming in. Talk to him. And then we're going to sail to the Brine King's Reef. The boss fight. Waypoint. Now this boss fight is a little bit tough.
Thank you very much.
Ah, there we go. We got a Chaos Orb. Finally, that's our first actual Chaos Orb drop. The rest have all just been converted from other currency. But that's really unlucky, honestly. But I haven't done too much like, things for currency, though, to be fair. So I can't blame it on all just bad luck. Alright, so here's the kind of what the pathing looked like. And I don't think it matters, because the game's gotten so much easier. Before, like, you'd always have to, like, put a portal.
Courageous. Such a fine example of womanhood. I simply knew you wouldn't disappoint me. Or my husband. You see, His Majesty could never be satiated on his wedding day by one bride alone. Thank you, my new sister. I shall always treasure your company.
So she's actually the Brine King. She's like attached to him. It's really cool. I'm pretty sure this boss fight has been changed too, to be more difficult. So what you want to do is not stand in the water, and you also want to not stand where there's giant lightnings that pop. By the way, you can't damage him during this. It's fine if you die, though. Alright, this time we won't actually die by it. Sometimes it can get hard to see. That's the biggest problem, because he's a big boy. Grab his heart. Now we're gonna go ahead and access Act 7.
And death washed clean of dark desire. And thus the Lord of Salt and Scale sinks to feed the fishes that flit amongst.
Now we have a major god node over here. So it says you cannot be stunned if you've been stunned or blocked a stunning hit within the past 2 seconds. So once we capture the souls of other like bosses, we'll be able to make it so we can't be frozen. If we're frozen instantly, and we'll be able to get all of those. The one that you can't even see it. I don't remember the full effect, but since we don't have any major god, we'll go ahead and put that on right now. We also happen to have like the life flask one. None of these really like matter too much. There's one. I think this is my favorite one over here. It's like it gives you poison immunity, and then like something about like what is it? Chance to dodge or something like that. Anyways, that'll be a good closure for our Path of Exile YouTube playthrough, and the next part will be up very soon. But thanks for tuning in. I'll catch you guys in the next one very soon. We'll be traveling to the next act over here, but we should probably talk to this guy. And we'll go ahead and actually click on the bridge encampment over here. And I'm not sure if it actually... Okay, so this is going to be the next act over here. So this is going to be Act 7. And we'll show off what's in Act 7 on the next one. But thanks for tuning in, and the next part will be up very soon. Peace.